Listen to me. Everybody wants success. Everybody wants to shine, the spotlight, the results. But the truth, most people don't want to put in the work. They don't want the grind. They don't want the sweat. But let me make it clear. The one who works the hardest will always rise. You don't have to be the smartest, the most talented, or the most gifted. If you can outwork everybody else, you can win. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for somebody to hand it to you. Get up and take it, because life pays you in effort. Life rewards the one who refuses to quit. The question isn't, are you capable? The question is, are you willing to outwork the person standing next to you? You've been dreaming long enough. It's time to work. It's time to sweat. It's time to prove that nobody, and I mean nobody, will outwork you. People love to talk about talent. They love to celebrate the ones who were born gifted, the ones who seem like they just came out of the womb with everything working for them. We point at them. We clap for them. We say, oh, they're special. They were born for it. And I'm not here to knock talent. Talent is real. Some people do have a natural gift. But let me tell you the truth that nobody wants to hear. Effort beats talent when talent doesn't work. You can be faster than me. You can be stronger than me. You can even be smarter than me. But if I'm willing to stay up longer, push harder, grind deeper, and sacrifice more, then I will pass you. You hear what I'm saying? I will take your spot, not because I'm better, but because I refuse to quit while you were comfortable with your gift. See you. Talent can make you arrogant. Talent can trick you into thinking you don't have to show up every day. Talent whispers in your ear and says, you're good enough already. You don't need to push like the others. But effort never lies. Effort shows up on the field. Effort shows up in the gym. Effort shows up in the classroom, in the business, in the dream. Effort is the one thing nobody can cheat. Nobody can fake. You can't pretend to work hard. The results will expose you. Listen to me. There are thousands of people who had more talent than you, more skill than you, more connections than you, but they're not here. They're not standing on the stage you're about to step on. Why? Because they relied on talent, and talent wasn't enough. They didn't realize that the grind is the great equalizer. The grind levels the playing field. That's why you can't be intimidated by somebody who looks like they were born with all the gifts. You don't let their natural ability make you back down. You've got something they'll never have. If you choose it, you can outwork them. You can put in more reps. You can take fewer breaks. You can stay locked in when they're distracted. And the truth is, most talented people get tired. They get lazy. They start relying on yesterday's achievements, yesterday's applause, yesterday's highlights. But effort, consistent, relentless effort keeps building. It compounds. It grows every single day until it becomes unstoppable. You don't need to be born great. You don't need the perfect situation. You don't need everybody clapping for you. What you need is grit. What you need is that hunger that says, I refuse to let anybody outwork me. Think about it. Every time you wake up and you put in the work when you don't feel like it, you're building something talent can't touch. Every time you say no to comfort and yes to discipline, you're proving to yourself in the world that you don't need to be the most talented. You just need to be the most committed. And here's the part that makes people uncomfortable. Effort isn't sexy. It doesn't look glamorous. Effort is sweat. Effort is long nights when nobody's watching. Effort is waking up before the sun and grinding when the world is still asleep. Effort doesn't get applause right away, but effort builds a foundation that talent alone cannot stand on. So stop comparing yourself to the ones who seem to have it easier. Stop complaining that you don't have what they were born with. You don't need their gift. You've got something more powerful. You've got the choice to outwork them. And if you choose that every single day, I promise you effort will take you places talent will never go. Motivation feels good. It gives you that spark, that rush, that fire in your chest. Motivation is what makes you want to jump out of bed after hearing a powerful speech or after watching a highlight reel. Or after somebody tells you you can do it. Motivation feels like energy. But here's the truth. Motivation doesn't last. Motivation comes and goes. Motivation is like a match. Bright for a second, then gone. And if all you're depending on is motivation, then the moment it disappears, so will your drive. That's why you can't live on motivation alone. You've got to build discipline. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't ask if you're in the mood. Discipline doesn't wait for inspiration to show up. Discipline says, we do it because it needs to get done. Period. Discipline is waking up when you don't feel like it. Discipline is going to the gym when you're tired. Discipline is studying when you'd rather watch TV. Discipline is showing up for your dream even on the days when your body says no and your mind says quit. That's why discipline is more powerful than motivation. Because motivation is emotional, but discipline is decision. Motivation is hype, but discipline is habit. And habits shape your life more than feelings ever will. You don't succeed because you felt like it every day. You succeed because you kept moving when the feelings left you. Some of you keep waiting to feel like grinding. You keep waiting to feel like working on your goals. And that's why you're stuck. Because the truth is, you may never feel like it. There will be mornings you wake up tired. There will be days when everything in you screams to quit. There will be moments where the easiest thing in the world would be to give up. That's when discipline has to speak louder than your feelings. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. You don't cross that bridge with motivation. Motivation will get you started, but discipline gets you finished. Motivation can push you through the first lap, but discipline is what carries you through the last lap when your legs are burning and your lungs are screaming. And here's the thing, discipline isn't natural for most people. You're not born with it. You have to train it. You have to practice it. You have to build it like a muscle. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you strengthen it. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, you make it stronger. And the stronger your discipline gets, the less you have to depend on motivation. That's why the great ones separate themselves, not because they're always motivated, but because they're always disciplined. When you look at the champions, the leaders, the people who broke through, they didn't win because every day felt good. They won because they worked through the days that felt bad. They didn't quit when the emotions faded. They kept moving until the results came. Understand this, your goals don't care about your feelings. Your dream doesn't care about your mood. The world doesn't hand out success because you were motivated for a week. The world gives success to those who were disciplined for years. So here's the challenge. You stop chasing motivation like it's the answer. Stop waiting for the perfect mood, the perfect energy, the perfect vibe. Build discipline. Build routines that keep you moving no matter what. Build habits that carry you when your feelings betray you, because motivation might spark the fire, but only discipline will keep it burning until the finish line. Everybody wants to dream, but not everybody wants to pay the price. Success is not free. You can't walk up to it, smile at it, and expect it to come home with you. Success is expensive. It costs time. It costs energy. It costs comfort. And if you're not willing to sacrifice, then stop saying you want it, because wanting it without sacrifice is just wishing. Sacrifice means giving up what's good for what's greater. It means saying no to distraction so you can say yes to your destiny. It means while everybody else is sleeping, you're working. While everybody else is partying, you're studying. While everybody else is comfortable, you're uncomfortable. Sacrifice means you let go of the temporary so you can build something permanent. See, the problem is too many people want balance before they've earned it. They want the life of freedom, but they don't want the years of sacrifice that build it. They want the car, the house, the lifestyle, but they don't want the grind, the sweat, the nights of being broke and tired. They want the rewards, but they don't want the receipts that prove they paid the price. Listen, every champion, every leader, every person who has reached the top, if you study their story, you will see sacrifice. They gave up sleep. They gave up comfort. Some gave up friends. Some gave up entertainment. Some gave up security. They put their dream above their distractions. They understood that sacrifice is not punishment. It's an investment. When you sacrifice, you're not losing, you're planting. You're planting seeds that will grow into harvest later. The nights you sacrifice to work on your craft, the mornings you sacrifice to train, the weekends you sacrifice to study, they don't disappear. They multiply. They come back as skills, as opportunities, as doors opening that would have stayed closed if you chose comfort instead of sacrifice. But make no mistake, sacrifice hurts. It's not supposed to feel good. That's why most people avoid it. It feels easier to binge watch, to sleep in, to hang out, to relax. But here's the truth. Every time you avoid sacrifice, you are choosing short-term comfort over long-term success. You are trading your future for your feelings. Sacrifice is the price tag of greatness. And the question is, are you willing to pay it? Are you willing to go without so you can have later? Are you willing to look strange to your friends because you don't do what they do anymore? Are you willing to walk alone if necessary so you can walk into the life you've been dreaming of? Understand this. Nobody escapes the price. You either sacrifice for your dreams or you sacrifice your dreams. You either pay now in sweat, discipline, and grind, or you pay later in regret. And regret is the most expensive bill you will ever face, because regret doesn't just cost you opportunities. It costs you peace. It costs you knowing what could have been. So when the alarm goes off early, sacrifice the pillow. When the weekend comes, sacrifice a little fun for a lot of progress. When distractions come knocking, sacrifice the easy choice for the right choice, Because every sacrifice you make is proof you're serious. It's proof that you're not just talking, you're working. And And one day, when you've paid enough, when you've given enough, when you've sacrificed enough, you'll wake up living the life you used to dream about. And in that moment, you'll realize the sacrifice was worth every tear, every struggle, every lonely night. Because nothing tastes sweeter than success that you bled for. Nothing feels better than a victory you paid full price for. Consistency is the secret weapon nobody wants to talk about because it's not flashy. It's not exciting. It doesn't make headlines. Consistency is boring. Consistency is repetitive. Consistency is doing the same thing over and over when nobody's watching. But listen to me. Consistency is what separates the good from the great. It's what separates the people who dream about success from the people who live it. Anybody can work hard for a day. Anybody can grind for a week. Anybody can stay locked in for a month. But consistency, showing up every single day, rain or shine, motivated or tired, winning or losing, that's rare. That's why winners rise above the rest. Because while everyone else stops, they keep going. Consistency is like drops of water hitting a rock. One drop does nothing. 10 drops do nothing. But drop after drop, day after day, year after year, eventually that rock breaks. That's what your dream is. It's not about one big moment. It's not about one great performance. It's about showing up every single day, stacking effort on top of effort until one day the results explode. You've got to stop chasing instant results. Too many people quit because they don't see progress fast enough. They want the success right now, the body right now, the business right now, the money right now. And when it doesn't come, they stop. But consistency is patient. Consistency says, keep going. It's not about what you see today. It's about what you'll see if you don't stop. But consistency creates trust in yourself. Every time you keep showing up, you're proving to yourself that you're reliable. You're building a reputation with your own soul. When you're inconsistent, you can't even trust yourself. You say, I'll start Monday, but you don't. You say, this time I'll stick with it, but you quit. That cycle destroys confidence. But when you're consistent, even in small things, you gain power. You start to believe in your own word. And when you believe in yourself, nothing can stop you. Think about the people you admire, the athletes, the entrepreneurs, the leaders. You don't admire them because of one day of greatness. You admire them because they showed up every day for years, for decades. They separated themselves by being consistent when others gave up. That's why they're at the top. It wasn't just talent. It wasn't just luck. It was consistency. And here's the truth. Consistency doesn't mean perfection. It doesn't mean you never mess up. It means you don't quit. You miss a day. Fine. Get back up the next day. You fail. Fine. Learn and keep moving. Consistency isn't about never falling. It's about never staying down. The danger is that inconsistency makes you average. It keeps you trapped in cycles of starting and stopping, dreaming and quitting, planning and never executing. Average people are inconsistent because they only work when they feel like it. Greatness comes when you work, whether you feel like it or not. So you want separation. You want to stand out. Be consistent. Do the work day after day after day. Even when you're not seeing results, keep going. Even when people doubt you, keep going. Even when you're tired, bored, or discouraged, keep going. Because every day you show up, you're putting distance between you and the person who quit. And one day, that separation will be so wide, nobody will be able to catch you. One day, people will look at your success and call you lucky, but you'll know the truth. You weren't lucky. You were consistent. You showed up when others didn't. You stayed the course when others fell off. That's why you're standing where they wanted to be. Consistency isn't glamorous, but it's the key. You want separation. Don't just work hard. Work hard every single day. Because consistency builds empires, consistency wins championships, and consistency will carry you to the life you've been chasing. Pain is the part of the process nobody signs up for, but everybody has to go through. You can't escape it. You can't run from it. If you're serious about success, pain will find you. And here's the truth. Pain isn't your enemy. Pain is your teacher. Pain is your trainer. Pain is the weight room for your soul. Every struggle, every setback, every ounce of discomfort is shaping you into the person strong enough to carry the success you're chasing. Most people do everything they can to avoid pain. They look for shortcuts. They want the easy road. They want results without the struggle. But the easy road never makes you strong. The easy road never makes you better. If you never push yourself to the point of pain, you'll never discover the power that's inside of you. Think about it. Muscles don't grow without resistance. Diamonds don't form without pressure. Champions don't rise without struggle. The pain you're going through right now is producing something. It's refining you. It's stripping away weakness. It's teaching you endurance, discipline, and resilience. Pain is not there to break you. Pain is there to build you. You've got to stop asking, why me? When pain shows up, stop thinking pain is punishment. Start understanding that pain is preparation. Every time life knocks you down, it's giving you a chance to get back up stronger. Every tear, every setback, every sleepless night, it's not wasted. It's fuel, it's fire. It's the exact thing that will separate you from the ones who quit. See, pain introduces you to yourself. You don't know how tough you are until life hits you. You don't know how strong your heart is until it gets broken. You don't know how much grit you've got until everything in you screams to quit, but you keep moving anyway. Pain is the mirror that shows you what you're really made of. That's why the ones who make it to the top never run from pain. They embrace it. They understand that the greater the pain, the greater the power it produces. That championship you want, it lives on the other side of pain. That business you're building, you're going to go through setbacks, losses, doubts, sleepless nights, but each one is sharpening you. That dream you're chasing, the pain you endure chasing it is the very thing that proves you're worthy to hold it. Don't misunderstand me. Pain hurts. It breaks you down. It makes you question yourself. It makes you want to quit. But that's the point. Pain strips away the weak version of you so the stronger version can emerge. If you don't go through pain, you stay soft. You stay fragile. You stay stuck. But if you push through the pain, you come out unshakable. Most people give up at the first sign of pain. They hit resistance and they stop. That's why average is crowded. But if you can push past the pain, if you can keep going when everything in you says quit, you'll find yourself in rare air. You'll be in places most people will never reach because they tapped out when it got hard. So the next time you're hurting, don't just see pain, see power being born. Don't just see struggle, see strength being built. Don't just see discomfort, see growth happening. Pain is the gym. Pain is the classroom. Pain is the process that produces the kind of person success belongs to. You can't have the glory without the grind. You can't have the reward without the resistance. You can't have the power without the pain. So stop running from it, stop fearing it, and start embracing it. Because when you push through pain, you don't just survive, you transform. And the person you become on the other side, that's the one who's unstoppable. Nobody owes you anything. Nobody's going to hand you success. If you want it, you've got to take it. And the only way to take it is to outwork everybody around you. That has to be your mindset. No one, and I mean no one will ever outwork me. You might be smarter. You might be stronger. You might even have more talent, but you will never put in more hours, more sweat, more grind than I do. That's the mentality that separates the ordinary from the unstoppable. You've got to approach every single day like it's a competition. Not against the world, not against your friends, not even against your enemies, but against the version of you from yesterday. Every day you wake up, you've got to ask yourself, will I outwork who I was yesterday? Will I push harder? Will I get better? Will I stay locked in? Because if you're not improving, you're falling behind. People love to talk about their dreams. They love to post about it, brag about it, shout it from the rooftops. But dreams don't respond to talk. Dreams respond to work. Every rep, every hour, every sacrifice, it's all a deposit toward your dream. And the person who's willing to make more deposits than anyone else, that's the person who cashes out. Outworking everyone doesn't just mean staying busy. It means staying focused. It means doing the work with purpose, with precision, with discipline. Anybody can stay up late scrolling. Anybody can burn hours doing nothing. Outworking means you're intentional. Every action is building something. Every hour is moving you closer. Every day is stacked with progress. And don't think outworking others will always be visible. Sometimes you'll be in the shadows, grinding when nobody claps for you, when nobody sees you, when nobody notices. That's the test. Can you keep working when the applause is silent? Can you stay committed when it feels like nothing is happening? Because those who keep grinding in the dark eventually shine so bright in the light that nobody can ignore them. Understand this, the world is full of talented people who never reached their potential because they got outworked. Somebody with less skill, less resources, less connections passed them up because they simply refused to stop. That's why effort always matters more than excuses. You might not have what they have, but if you can work harder, you can take the spot they thought was theirs. But here's the catch. You've got to be willing to do it every day, not just when it's convenient, not just when it feels good. Every single day, that's the price. That's the standard. Outwork everybody, not just once, but over and over and over and over until it becomes your identity, until the world looks at you and says, that's the one who never quits. That's the one who never slows down. That's the one who can't be outworked. This isn't about being the best instantly. It's about refusing to lose because you'll never stop. It's about breaking people mentally because they realize you won't go away. You won't ease up. You won't quit. They might have more, but they won't endure more. They might start faster, but they won't finish stronger. So make the decision right now. Outwork everyone. Outwork the ones who doubt you. Outwork the ones who count you out. Outwork the version of you that wants to quit. Outwork every excuse, every distraction, every obstacle. Let your work speak so loud that nobody can deny it. Because at the end of the day, talent can fade, opportunities can vanish, luck can run out, but work lasts. And if you outwork everybody every day, there's only one outcome: you win. You've heard it all. Effort beats talent. Discipline beats feelings. Sacrifice is the price. Consistency creates separation. Pain produces power. And the ultimate mindset is to outwork everyone. That's the blueprint. That's the playbook. But let me be clear. None of this means anything if you walk away and do nothing. The world is full of people who know what to do, but never do it. Don't let that be you. Knowledge doesn't change your life. Execution does. You don't need another motivational speech. You don't need another hype video. What you need is to look in the mirror and decide from this moment forward, I refuse to waste my gift. I refuse to be outworked. Life doesn't wait. Time doesn't pause. Every day you hesitate, someone else is working. Someone else is grinding you. Someone else is getting closer to the spot you want. The question is, are you willing to fight for it? Are you willing to put in the sweat, the sacrifice, the consistency, the discipline, you in the pain until your dream becomes your reality? This is not about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's about showing up even when it's hard. It's about proving to yourself day after day that you've got what it takes. Because when you refuse to quit, when you refuse to let anyone outwork you, when you push past every obstacle, there's nothing that can stop you. So here's the challenge. Starting today, decide that you will live different. Decide that you will outwork, outlast, and outfight anything standing in your way. Decide that you will pay the price every single day. Until the life you've been dreaming of is the life you're living. Because the truth is simple as success isn't promised. It's earned. And if you're willing to grind for it, bleed for it, sacrifice for it, and never stop until you get it, then you will win. Now stop talking about it. Go out there and work for it.